Check, 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 check. Sound check, sound check, 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 check. Okay, va? Okay, thank you. Check, 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 check. Madam, சொல்லிடுறீங்களா?
This, see. See, this. See, this one, this one, this. See, this one, this.
So once we can bring 2, 3 authors and இவரையும் கூட எடுத்துக்கலாம். We can run a discussion like Gut Sutra. Jayashree Sarunathan. We can run a discussion.
She's there?
She said, yeah, I saw her husband outside.
Okay.
We can run a discussion. நேத்திக்கு அவன் வாலண்டியர் பண்ணான். அவன்கிட்ட எதுக்காக நீ காப்பாத்துற என்ன காப்பாத்துறன்னு அது வேணா அவன்கிட்ட ஒரு அவனை தனியாக பேச விட்டாதான் பிரச்சனை. We should question him. ஆலயம் காப்போம். மைக்
Sound check, check, check. நான் பேசுறது கேட்கலையா?
நோ நம்ம பேசுறது ஃபுல்லா அதுல காது.
ஓகே ஓகே. லைவ் போயிட்டோமா? we are live. we are live. பிரதர் அந்த டிஜிட்டல் டீம் ஒரு நிமிஷம் வாங்கலாம், பேக் ஸ்டேஜ் வாங்கலாம், அர்ஜென்ட் அர்ஜென்ட். ஒரு லைவ் கொடுக்க வேண்டியது இருக்கும், அதுக்கு தான்.
வணக்கம். வெல்கம் டு வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவை A3 Conclave. நம்ம நிகழ்ச்சியை 10 மணிக்கு துவங்க இருக்கிறோம். இது நம்மளுக்கான ஒரு அறிவிப்பு. We are all learned, responsible members of the society who have gathered here for the A3 Conclave. இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி தொடங்குறதுல ஒரு சின்ன டிலே இருக்குது. இதற்கான காரணம் என்ன அப்படின்னா, நேற்று நாம் இந்த அரங்கத்தை விட்டு சென்ற நிலை ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய கேள்விக்குறியாக இருக்கு. I humbly request the members of the audience to please dispose the water bottles and the plastic bags in the respective dustbin. இந்த ஹாலில் நேற்றுக்கு 1500 பாட்டில்ஸை ரிமூவ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அதனால இப்போ ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய சர்ச்சையே அதுக்காக போயிட்டு இருக்கு, இப்படி விட்டுட்டு போயிருக்கீங்களே அப்படின்னு. அண்ட் மெனி ஆஃப் த வாட்டர் பாட்டில்ஸ் ஹவ் பீன் half left, half filled. நாம் ஒரு பொறுப்பான சிட்டிசனாக நீங்கள் எடுக்கிற பாட்டிலை ஃபுல்லாக குடியுங்க. குடிக்கல பாக்கி இருந்ததுன்னா உங்கள் ஹேண்ட்பேக்கில் ப்ளீஸ் உங்கள் என்ன பை வச்சுருக்கீங்களோ கையிலையோ அதை எடுத்துட்டு உங்களோட கொண்டு போயிடுங்க. செடிக்காவது விட்டுட்டு அப்புறம் பாட்டிலை டிஸ்போஸ் பண்ணுங்க. Please do that. There is a huge problem here that we are handling at the moment in a firefighting basis, that the entire campus is filled with this used water bottles and plastic paper. I humbly again request the members of the audience to be prudential and to use water in a very essential manner. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு உங்களுடைய தேவைக்கான தண்ணீர் வாட்டர் கேன்ஸ் இருக்கு. ப்ளீஸ் கெட் அப், கோ ட்ரிங்க் வாட்டர், கம் பேக் அண்ட் செட்டில் டவுன். எனிபடி ஹூ இஸ் யூஸிங் அ பெட் பாட்டில், ப்ளீஸ் டிஸ்போஸ் இட் இன் த ரைட் பிளேஸ். திஸ் இஸ் a request from the providers of the hall and the organizers. We humbly request you again to please take care of the environment and dispose the waste properly. Thank you. பெரியோர்கள் என்னை மன்னிக்கணும், இன்றைக்கி நான் நிறைய இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் பாஸ் ஆன் பண்ண போகிறேன். இன்றைக்கி கொஞ்சம் செக்யூரிட்டி ஜாஸ்தியாக இருக்குது. ஸோ சர்டன் ரூல்ஸ் அண்ட் ரெகுலேஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது, அதை நம்ம ஃபாலோ பண்ண வேண்டிய கட்டாயத்தில் இருக்கோம். இன்றைக்கி நீங்கள் எத்தனை தடவை உள்ளே போயிட்டு வெளியில் போயிட்டு உள்ளே வந்தாலும், ஒவ்வொரு தடவையும் நீங்கள் உள்ளே வரும்போது ப்ளீஸ் ஷோ யுவர் பாஸ். இட் இஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு ரெஜிஸ்டர்ட் யூசர்ஸ் மட்டும்தான் உள்ளே வரலாம் அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ஷனாக இருக்குது. அதனால் நீங்கள் எத்தனை தடவை நீங்கள் காத்தால 8 மணிக்கே ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டு உள்ளே வந்தாலும், நீங்கள் வெளியில் போனீங்கன்னா உள்ளே வரப்போ அந்த group photograph. For the audience, வாட்டர் டிஸ்பென்சர் இருக்கு, நீங்க பார்த்துக்கலாம். அங்க போய் நீங்க தண்ணி எடுத்து குடிக்கலாம். இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு வந்து இஃப் யூ ஆர் வெரி பர்டிகுலர் அபவுட் ட்ரிங்கிங் ஃப்ரம் அ பெட் பாட்டில், வெளியில் கவுண்டரில் விற்கிறாங்க, நீங்கள் அதிலிருந்து வாங்கிக்கலாம். உங்களுக்கு அப்படி பெட் பாட்டிலில் தண்ணி வாங்கி தான் குடிக்கணும், அப்படி தான் சீல்டு பாட்டிலில் குடிக்கிறது தான் வழக்கம்னா வெளியில் விற்பனைக்காக இருக்குது, அதிலிருந்து நீங்கள் வாங்கிக்கலாம். அதர்வைஸ் நீங்கள் பார்க்கலாம், வாட்டர் டிஸ்பென்சர்ஸ் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் இருக்குது. நீங்கள் எழுந்து போய் தண்ணி குடிச்சிட்டு வந்து உட்காந்துக்கலாம். இது எங்களுடைய பணிவான வேண்டுகோள் உங்களுக்கு. வாலண்டியர்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் வேகமாக வந்தால் ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். நம்ம நிகழ்ச்சியை துவங்க போகிறோம். அதுக்கு முன்னால் குரூப் ஃபோட்டோகிராஃப் ப்ளீஸ் கம்.
அம்மா டக் டக்குன்னு போங்கம்மா, நீங்களாம் வரதுக்கே ஒரு 2 மணி நேரம் ஆகும் போல. போங்க, சீக்கிரம் போங்க, சீக்கிரம் சீக்கிரம்.
தீபா எங்க போயிட்ட?
லக்ஷ்மீநாதசமாரம்பாம் நாதயாமுனமத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத்தாச்சாரிய வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். எண்ணிய முடிதல் வேண்டும், நல்லவே எண்ணல் வேண்டும், திண்ணிய நெஞ்சம் வேண்டும், தெளிந்தனல் அறிவு வேண்டும், பண்ணிய பாவமெல்லாம் பருதி முன் பனியைப் போல நன்னியனின் முன் நின்று நசித்திடல் வேண்டும் மன்னாய். வணக்கம். வெல்கம் டு வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவை A3 Conclave. Arise, awake and assert. உங்களை வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவையின் A3 2 நாள் கருத்தரங்குக்கு வரவேற்பதில் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறோம். நிகழ்ச்சியின் துவக்கமாக குத்துவிளக்கினை ஏற்றி இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை துவக்கி வைக்கிறார். You can have the audio. வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவையின் A3 கான்க்ளேவ் 2ஆம் நாள் நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு வருகை தந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் ஒவ்வொருவரையும் வரவேற்று இன்றைய நிகழ்ச்சியின் பேச்சாளரை அறிமுகப்படுத்துவதில் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறோம். நேற்றைய தினமும் இன்றைய தினமும் மைய கருத்தாக சனாதன தர்மமும் நம்முடைய கடமையுமே நம்முடைய மைய கருத்தாக இருந்து வருகிறது. பல்வேறு கருத்துக்களை நேற்று முழு நாளும் கேட்டு இன்புற்று மகிழ்ந்திருந்தோம். இன்றும் அதன் தொடர்ச்சியாக பல கருத்துக்களை கருத்தரங்கம் இங்கே அரங்கேறப் இருக்கிறது. ஒரு முக்கிய வேண்டுகோள் ஒன்று சில மெம்பர்ஸ் வைத்ததுனால நாங்கள் இதை அறிவிப்பை இந்த இடத்துல முதல்ல அறிவிப்பை பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு போகிறோம். இங்கு வந்திருப்பவர்கள் நிறைய பேர் வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவையில் நாங்களும் மெம்பராக சேர்வது எப்படி அப்படின்னு கேட்டிருந்தீங்க. நீங்கள் இடைவேளையில் வெளியில் போகும்போது ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் கவுண்டருக்கு போனால் உங்களுடைய மொபைல் நம்பரை கொடுத்து நீங்கள் அதற்கான மெம்பர்ஷிப் ஒரு வாட்ஸ்அப் குழு இருக்கிறது, அதில் இணைந்து கொள்வதன் மூலமாக வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவையில் நீங்களும் உறுப்பினராகலாம். நாம் எல்லாம் சேர்ந்தது தான் வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவை. நீங்கள் யாரெல்லாம் விருப்பப்படுறீங்களோ நீங்கள் ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் கவுண்டரில் போனால் உங்களுக்கு வழிகாட்டுவாங்க. யூ கேன் பிகம் அ மெம்பர் ஆஃப் வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் கோவை. ஸோ அறிவிப்புகளை இதோடு நிறுத்தி கொண்டு முக்கியமான அறிவிப்பான நம்முடைய இன்றைய சிறப்பு பேச்சாளரை அறிமுகப்படுத்துவதில் பெருமை அடைகிறோம். சில பேரை நமக்கு நிறைய நாள் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும் அவங்கள பற்றி தெரியறதுக்கு. சில பேரை பார்த்த மாத்திரத்திலேயே நமக்கு அவர்களை பிடித்துவிடும், அவர் தெரிந்துவிடும். இங்கிருந்து நேற்று கோயம்புத்தூரில் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு வந்துவிட்டு நான் தங்குற இடத்துக்கு போகிற வழியில் ஐ ஹேட் அ கோ-பேசஞ்சர். ஒரு 25 நிமிட உரையாடல். இந்த 25 நிமிஷத்தில் எப்படி நம்முடைய கருத்து ஒரே மாதிரி பயணிக்கிறது அப்படிங்கிறதுல அப்படி ஒரு மகிழ்ச்சி. அவர்தான் இன்றைய முதல் சிறப்பு பேச்சாளர். என்னோடு உரையாடியவர் இப்பொழுது உங்களோடு உரையாட போகிறார் ஸ்ரீ ஜெரோம் ஆண்டோ. He is an advocate by profession. He is a political religious analyst as well as a dedicated activist. He is working against coercive conversion. அதாவது ஒரு ஃபெய்த்தை நாடி மதம் மாறுவது என்பது வேற, கோவர்சிவாக பண்ணுவதற்கு அதிகமான எதிர்ப்பினை தெரிவிக்கக்கூடியவர். He is unapologetic about being a staunch nationalist. நேஷ்னலிஸ்ட்னு சொல்வதே இன்னைக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு பெரிய விஷயமாக இருக்கிறது. Despite being born and brought up in a Christian family, he admits that with conviction that his roots are in Sanatana Dharma and his ancestors were originally Hindus and might have converted for reasons that are unknown. He is a warrior fighting against many causes including conversion, ghost threats and other clandestine missionary activities. And one interesting part is most of his aspects are not dug from the history or anything. It is what is happening concurrently. And to make it even more interesting, Mr. Jerome is going to present, talk to you, and end of his conversation with you, he is actually going to open a conversation where you will be able to interact with him. May I now request Mr. Jerome to come over to take the dais, please.
First of all, I would like to congratulate the organizers for such an event much wanting now. Because எவ்வளோ பேர் பார்த்துருக்குவீங்க உங்கள் ரியர் விண்டோ ஒரு காரில் ஆர் யூ டூ வீலர்ஸ் யூ வில் ஹேவ் ரியர் மிரர் இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா, அதில் வந்து சட்டில் ஒரு மெசேஜ் போட்டிருக்கும். Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. Have you realized it? படிச்சிருக்கிறீங்களா? Have you read it? Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. And that is why today it is important for us to arise, awake, and assert. If not now, it's never. I'm technically a Christian. I go to church. It's important for me to be part of the church because if you don't go to church, you're not a Christian. The purpose of me talking in front of you is the clear and present danger that is there knocking at the doors of Bharat. You would see economical sanctions, social sanctions, political sanctions against Bharat. Why? ஏன்னா வந்து ஒரு காலனி just 70 years back, 75 years back, it was a colony, we were slaves. இன்னைக்கு வந்து they are giving a challenge to the West. And that is not tolerated by the West. Going back to colonial rule, we are all happy that the British left. But do you know something? British வந்து 1947 விட்டு போயிட்டாங்க. But do you know what they did? They left the church. It's called a subsidiary. The church is the eyes and ears of the West today. Because if you look at policy decisions, whatever policy decision we take, CAA, NRC, எந்த ஒரு political decision எடுத்தாலும், it is the church and the West which opposes it, much before we oppose it. So going back to the question, which I think many of you will be expecting me to speak, conversion. What is conversion? Is it just conversion of religion? Missionaries வந்து 1498 வந்தாங்க மிஷினரிஸ். அந்த டைமில் நான் வந்து உங்கள் முன்னால், I'm talking about 500 years back, had I come and told you these missionaries have come not with good intention. அவங்க ட்ரேடுக்காக வரல. They have a clear intention of colonizing. நாக்கா எல்லாம் சிரிச்சிருக்குவாங்க. But what happened? What happened to Bharat? We lost our people, we lost our religion, or we are in the process of losing our religion. We lost our women, our children, our heritage, our history. And it took 500 years for the British to live. So in this context, what I want to say is this. What does conversion do to Bharat? நிறைய பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க, see my opponents are not Christians, my opponents are Hindus only. I convert பண்ணிட்டு போட்டோம்ப்பா, what is your problem தான் கேட்குறாங்க. Many of my Hindu friends ask me. It's a matter of just adopting another religion. No. Adopting a new religion, especially when it comes to the Abrahamic faith, whether it is Christianity or Islam, it is anti-Bharat. What is Bharat? Is Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma. If there is no Sanatan Dharma, will it be Bharat? It will not be Bharat. Maybe it will have an Islamic name or a Christian name. So conversion is not just a matter of looking for another God. It is erosion of your beliefs. Erosion of your beliefs. Unga values. What is our erosion? What is our values? Number values ennaga? First commandment in the Bible says, I am the Lord your God, you shall have no other gods before me. I am a jealous God. Naantan Devam, there is no other Devam. In that situation, if you read that first commandment itself, it tells very clearly, நீ யாருக்கும் வணங்க கூடாதுன்ட்டு. நீ யாருக்கும் வணங்க கூடாதுன்ட்டு. Which means that பசங்க கூட, your children cannot touch the parents' feet because it is idol. It's worshipping an idol. That's the core of the first commandment. You cannot bow down to anybody. But that is contrary to the Indian way of life. Respect the elders, touch the feet of the elders. These are core values in Ingla. This is what builds our children. These are our values. It is completely against. One more thing. Many people ask, what happens? Why not allow them to convert and follow what they want? It brings in social disorder, political disorder, and we will eventually become slaves. The idea of conversion is very clear. We will eventually become slaves. And there is biblical sanction for it. Because we are supposed to be obedient to the leaders, mute spectators, and do what is being told. That is what biblical sanction says. சொன்ன மாதிரி கேட்கணும், கொஸ்டின் கேட்கக்கூடாது, பிரச்சனை பண்ணக்கூடாது. You should just obey the laws. That is what eventually the church talks about. The church expects its followers to follow. That is why you can see so many crimes in the church. ஆனால் கேட்குற மாதிரி இல்லை. Because that is not your job, that is God's job. Anybody who questions any crimes, any offense in the church, especially when it comes to a church leader, then it is pinpointed saying that Satan is talking to you. To judge is not your job, it is God's job. I just went through little data. Bangladeshல என்ன இருக்குன்னு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் இல்லைங்களா? Everybody knows. Where can the Hindus run from Bangladesh? Okay, why should they run? There are 55 Islamic countries, 25 Christian countries. They are hardcore religious countries. 7 Buddhist nations. 1 Jewish nation. How many Hindu nations? We are not Hindu nation. Constitution says we are secular. So there is nowhere you can run. Because that is how the constitution is made. So it is important that we This is the only nation that is available for us. This is the only nation that will give shelter to us. This is the only nation which gives us the freedom to practice, profess, and propagate our religion. Unfortunately, constitutional வந்து they have made a few rules and laws which does not fit into the Indian way of life. மதத்தை பிரச்சாரம் பண்றது, which are the religions which prajana பண்றது, which are the religions which go and profess and propagate religion? Only Christians and Islam. So constitution has given the right for them to do it, not for the Hindus. If you look at article 25 to 30, I request each one of you, எல்லாரும் படிக்கணும், for the minorities to practice, profess and propagate. It is a legal sanction. And that is what is effectively used today. Currently, எல்லாரும் வந்து வக்ஃப் பத்தி பேசுறாங்க. Waqf is the biggest landowner of India, in India, private landowner after Indian Railways and Defense. Actually, do you know something else? Until the Waqf controversy came, it was the church which was the highest owner of land in India. Do you know that? Church is the largest owner of land in India. அப்போ நினச்சி பாருங்க, சர்ச் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியும் வக்ஃப் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி சேர்த்தாக்கா உங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியே இல்லை. The church does not know how much property is there because what the British did was, when they left, ஒரு ஸ்கூல் கட்டுறதுக்கு ஒரு 10 ஏக்கர் லேண்ட் கொடுத்துட்டு போவாங்க. That is why you see a lot of cantonments. What is a cantonment? In the British, wherever the British lived, there are cantonments. If you look at the church will be a small place, but there will be 10 acres of land சுத்தி இருக்கும். They gave it a throwaway prices. Today the church does not know which are the land it owns. How many of you come from Tamil Nadu, from Chennai? Do you know there are church owned properties which is at 1 rupee lease in Chennai, in Bangalore, in Delhi? 1 rupee lease for 99 years. And the expire ஆயிடுச்சு. Till today, the government does not have the guts to ask the property. FCRA impose பண்ணாங்க. We bought FCRA regulations. The church does not need FCRA anymore. There is enough funds. Had the FCRA amount being used completely for conversion, by now we could have converted the whole of Bharat. It was used for non-conversion purposes also. There is no shortage of funds for the church or, for example, the Abrahamic faith, which is both Islam and Christian. There is enough money because there are enough contributors within the church. So it's a call for an important awakening from all of us, that if you don't awake now, if you don't assert now, if you don't arise now, you may live happily, but your children will not see Bharat as what it was supposed to be and what it is. There is one saying, a great African Prime Minister said from Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta. How many of you have heard it? The missionaries came to Africa. They bought the Bible. They asked us to close our eyes and pray. All of us obeyed. We closed our eyes and prayed. When we woke up, we had the Bible. They had a land. They had a gold. They had a diamond. They had a people. They had everything. I hope and pray that we are aware of the current situation and wake up. With this short talk, I wanted to open the audience for questions so that there could be a little more information that I could give. I request Audience, if you have any questions, we can ask us. Personal questions ketaka, then I will have to pass it. Yes, I can hear you.
But I somehow feel, thank you. I somehow feel that your proposition being pure, genuine, and directly influencing our society for harmony's sake and harmony's sake only, I do accept whatever you say, but don't you cross a line when you directly indict Christianity and Islam, sir?
When the Constitution was made, there was no secular word, but it was inferred that we are secular. When the second mosque was built in India, on the face of the globe, the second mosque was built in India. And it was not given by force, it was given by free will. So we are secular ourselves. Nobody needs to influence us about our secularism or our way of accepting other religions. But unfortunately, you must also understand that if there are 1,000 sheep in one pen, one field, 1,000 sheep in one field, and one tiger in that field, and say that since you are a minority, you can do what you want, 1,000 sheep, which is majority, one tiger is a minority, you know what will happen eventually? So the question is, we can adapt other religions by becoming philosophical. It will enhance your spirituality. But not everybody is spiritual at many levels. When you attain it, then you do discourse and talk to people. Why do our ancient sages, you just do this? Many of us think that it is vague practices. What is in the sudden we don't know. But when you get spiritual, you'll know the reason. But the front line who does not know spirituality, who does not know religion, they just need to practice. So my advice to everybody is this: when you say all gods are one, it's good for you. But what will happen to your children who does not know religion? Especially in a situation where you do not teach religion to your people, your family, your children. Your children does not know. So what happens when you talk about Trinity? The influence is going to be much, much higher. The inclination is going towards the Abrahamic faith. So people who propagate religion, especially when it comes to all gods are one, should understand there are different stratas of people in the society. You cannot tell this to the front line. So, sir, we were always harmonious, sir. We were always harmonious. Tell me, have we attacked any country? No. We never attacked any country. We would have had internal fights. We always lived in harmony. We never attacked any foreign nation. We always lived in harmony. That is why the Parsis, the Jews, who could not live anywhere, they lived here. You tell me any country where they will allow a Parsi to have a tower of silence. So we are all encompassing. Please understand there is a difference between inclusivity and tolerance. Inclusivity and tolerance. We are inclusive, but we should not be tolerant when it comes to our dharma. You like it or don't like it? I'm sorry, but many times I'll be very, very upfront because இப்போ ஒரிக்கலன்னா எப்போ ஒரிக்கும் உங்களுக்கு இல்லைங்களா? I'll take the next question.
Hello.
Sir? You cannot stop conversion. You cannot stop conversion. நான் நிறைய பார்க்குறேன், நியூஸில் பார்க்குறேன். 10 பேர் வந்து 10 families have become come to Sanatan Dharma. நீங்கள் 10 பேர் சொல்கிறீங்க, அங்கே 10 கிராமம் கன்வெர்ட் ஆகிட்டு இருக்கு. Because your way of working is different from their way of working. There is an industry behind it. The amount of funds that is there. So you cannot stop conversion. You can stop conversion in your family. Please practice in your family. Dr. Venkatesh Nethana Sannarungo. How many of you were there when Dr. Venkatesh said, your family is, your duty is towards your family. Please practice. Please teach your children. Please teach your children values, Hindu values. Simple. I tell many people, teach your children to touch the feet of your elders. ஏன்னா வந்து if you don't teach your children to touch the feet of the elders, அதே கால நாளைக்கு இன்னும் ஒதிக்கும். I've seen many families where children don't respect their families because you know what, there are a lot of woke attitude which is there, you know, chalta attitude types. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு family upbringing வந்தாக்கா, then they will get influenced by the external world. Peer pressure irukku. I myself I go through seen these experiences with a lot of people. If you don't teach samskaram to your children from the beginning, they will become ready for conversion. Because you know why? You all put them into convent schools. Everybody wants seat in convent school. You will pay high amount of donations and get them into convent school. 8 hours awake hours in convent. What is discussed in those convent schools? Catechism, moral science. Everything is talking about Christianity only. And how Hinduism is satanic. Please read. I mean, you school pota podade. See what they talk about it. Please listen to them. So you cannot fight conversion. I'm sorry, you cannot fight conversion. It is an industry which is a very strong industry. Okay, amount of funds, the amount of commitment is there. Okay, so for me as a Christian, I also want to accept and confess, unless and until all of you don't accept Jesus Christ, you're all kafirs.
Hello.
Well, I'll just finish Varam Singh.
Hello.
Until and unless as a Christian, for me as a Christian, unless and until you don't accept Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, you're all kafirs. So, from a dharmic point of view, it is not possible to say that all gods are one.
One second, I'll just make an announcement.
Namaskaram.
Please, members of the audience, please raise your hand. The mic will be reached to you. After that, you may stand and ask the question. There is a live streaming and millions of people are watching. உங்களோட question என்னன்னே புரியாது. எதுக்காக ஜெரோம் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆன்சர் பண்றார் அப்படின்னு அவங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. Your question is very valid and we want the public to know what question you are asking. One by one, he's very kind that he is ready to answer our question. So please stand or raise your hand. The mic will come to your seat. And then please may ask your questions. You may go ahead, sir.
Namaskaram. I am a Keralite, settled in Hyderabad. I have had the opportunity to see almost all the places of India by virtue of having served the army to start with. And then I was in an educational conglomerate which was spread all over the country called ICFAI. I was the registrar of that institution for some time. So with that experience and also having seen what's happening across the country in many places, I can firmly say that conversion doesn't take place without allurement or coercion or some trickery. This is from what I have seen, read, heard, and also personally experienced. So this is a crime against the Sanatana Dharma, is a fact which we are failing to acknowledge. This is what I believe. I've been listening to you, I've been listening to Madam Esther, I've been seeing all videos of the gentleman who brought you onto the social media. And I have also been talking to people, and this is not with any vengeance, any hatred to the community as such. As it is, all of us know, in Kerala there is a large...
Sir, in the interest of
Sorry, I'll
everybody...
continue.
Yeah,
So the point is, I have a specific question to you. You are a Christian who operate and live among the society and also go to church. Now, what have you experienced from within the church? Because I can't even imagine, from learning from my friends, they don't go to church, they are not accepted, they're denied a burial ground and all sorts of things. So what is your experience?
Sir, since this is a personal question, I will meet you. We will talk about it.
Very fine.
I will not avoid any questions. I will talk to you if it is a personal question. Definitely we'll do that.
No, leave that personal question. Otherwise, generally. Yeah. Okay.
I will talk to you.
One Christian friend of mine, juxtaposed to your claim, has claimed that whatever onslaught is there on Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma that we are now calling, it will never perish, it will never be decimated. What's your take on this?
No, I didn't get that question.
No, one Christian friend of mine used to say that whatever onslaught is there
On Sanatana Dharma.
on Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism, whatever we call it as, it will never perish or it can never be decimated.
Because it has a biblical sanction. The person is well read in the Bible. Okay, the Bible tells very clearly, Jesus will come back. Okay, when he'll come back is when everybody gets converted. When the word of God gets to meet everybody. Okay, that's what it says in the Bible. Take my word to the ends of the world and then I will come. So he believes in the Bible and is very committed, and that's why he's told you.
Thank you.
I will answer the gentleman. At least I will give you 2 minutes. Sir, I understand. So this is something which is something, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. But then in the larger interest of the nation, of preserving this Bharat, I think people like us have to come out. It is going to be a struggle. It's not going to be easy. And there could be a lot of people also who would want to come out, but there is a fear, because you know very well, marriage, birth, death is controlled by the church. And people fear about, where will I get married? Or where will my child get married? Enna enga podikkuvango? Jnanasthana enga kudukuvango? Yaar kudukuvango? That is the question that is always there. So that is a fear. There's a fear psychosis, and there's a control mechanism because of which people do not want to come out in the open. But we will discuss, because I'm there for the full day.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Yes, please.
Namaskar.
Vanakkam, sir.
Vanakkam. Atiti Devo Bhava. This is the basic naive concept Bharatiyas enjoy and sincerely follow that.
Sir, koncho, if we come to the point, because a lot of other people...
I'm coming to that.
Let's come to the question.
Misunderstanding the Atiti... Misunderstanding the Atiti is the problem. The question is, Hindus naturally practice pranahuti. We invoke God within ourselves. With that broad thinking, everybody has got the liberty to invoke the God and follow. Arudperinjodi, Arudperinjodi, Taniperum Karunai, Arudperinjodi. Question I'm coming. Because of this simplicity of accepting the God and liberty of invoking the God, we invoke the God even in Jesus.
So
Even in Allah. The problem is, through constitution, we have been doing that. The expansion through symmetry, burial ground, samaj. Now, as we have said, the question is, by following the Sanatana Dharma, the basic element is Nyayena Margena Mahim Magisaha. Justifiable path to everyone and a pathway for everyone to participate.
So does those 33 crore gods, right?
Let it be even.
Okay, hold on. Does that, none of the gods have a problem, but my God has a problem. My God has a problem. He says, do not accept any of your gods. Simple as that, full stop. I am the Lord your God, you shall have no other gods before me. You can accept me, I don't accept you unless and until you become a Christian. Until that time, you are a lost sheep. You are a kafir. You are a non-believer. You are a Gentile. And until that time, you will go to hell. And it is my pious duty, en dharmam enanaka, ungala convert panno. Unless and until you don't convert, you don't come to heaven. Because Jesus told very clearly, unless and until you don't believe in me, and if you believe in me, you must do what I'm asking you to. You must baptize. Please do not mislead your people. If you tell you believe in Jesus, then I expect you to take baptism. It's a hypocrisy to say I believe in Jesus. Because if you say you believe in Jesus, you have to get baptized. If you say you believe in Allah, you have to do sunnat. Otherwise, please do not mislead. This is the teachings.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
What more can be done to align Indian Christians more to Bharat than what is being done already? That's my brief question.
Don't do anything. Don't. It's a failed attempt. It's a failed attempt. As of now, it is important to integrate and assimilate the Sanatanis. Because if the Sanatanis are alive and existing, Christians also can be safe. I'm reasserting, if the Sanatanis are safe in this nation, we Christians also can be safe in this nation. Okay? So don't worry about the Christians. They are taken well care, hospital, schools, everything is there. Do not worry about it. It is important for the Sanatanis to integrate. Because we have only one nation. Only one nation. We don't have anywhere to go. Anywhere to go. So it's important that do not worry about others. Do not go to debate for others. I always say people, do not go and do religious discussions with Christians and Islam. Because you know why? You will fail. Because there are three ways how they counter you. First, they will convince you. If you don't get convinced, they will confuse you. If you don't get confused, they will con you. So please do not fall into this trap. Keep away. Learn your dharma well. And please practice it. And yesterday was very inspiring. Dr. Venkatesh said, lead it. Lead by your life. It's important. Influence. Let's influence the society.
Hello. I just want to know answer to the question on the screen. To Indian Christians, which comes first, Christianity or the nation?
Better question would be, which was asked to me by Arnab Goswami. After answering it, he never called me for any more debates. He asked me Bible or Constitution. In front of nation wants to know. So I didn't have a choice. I had to say Bible only. Because if I say Constitution, then I'm a non-believer.
No, I'm not asking about Constitution, it's about nation. I don't think they are the same, right?
Nation and
The constitution is the same, ma'am. The
nations.
Madam, I have answered the question. Christianity only. Jesus first. Because you know why? Because I love this nation, but I want this nation to be saved. If the nation has to be saved, then it has to become Christian.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I strongly believe that Jesus Christ was the first fascist in the world.
First?
First fascist in the world.
Okay.
Fascist in the world.
Okay.
What's your opinion on that?
Because many people are watching, let's not discuss this. Tamil Nadu will not allow me to go home. We will talk about this in person.
Hello. I'm Venkatesan from Chennai. See, you said that big industry is working for conversion. It is very true. They focus on the vulnerable, the target, the people who are vulnerable for conversion. And they are showing first is education, healthcare, medical, business, shelter, and liquid money. The last one is the Hindu hatred. இப்போ சனாதனத்தை அந்த மதத்தை பிடிச்சி நிறையா பேர் போகிறதில்ல. மெனி ஆஃப் த பீப்புள் ஆர் நாட் கன்வெர்ட்டிங். They like that Islam or the Christianity. But these are all the 4-5 factors. இதை கவுண்டர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நம்மளுடைய சனாதன தர்மம் இந்த ஹிந்து தர்மம் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறது? ஏன்னா நம்ம see the 80% is struggling in front of 20%. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் வெரி வெரி டேஞ்சரஸ் சுச்சுவேஷன்ஸ். இப்போ இருக்கிற வந்து இப்போ நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி இன்றைக்கி இருக்கிற சுச்சுவேஷன் வந்து ரொம்ப சீரியஸ் அண்ட் டேஞ்சரஸ். இதை வந்து நம்ம சரியாக புரிஞ்சிக்கல அப்படின்னாக்க த நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன் வில் சஃபர். அதுக்கு உங்களுடைய பார்வை கொஸ்டின். தேங்க்யூ
சார். இந்த கொஸ்டின் நான் ஆன்சர் பண்ணிட்டேங்க, பட் மறுபடியும் சொல்கிறேங்க. ஓகே, யூ cannot கன்வர்ஷன் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி வந்து கவுண்டர் பண்ணுறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். பிகாஸ் தெர் இஸ் நோ கமிட்மெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் அவர் நேஷன். Okay, no commitment illango. Okay, we are not, because for example I know how much of struggle you would all gone to organize this program. Adhe ஒரு கிறிஸ்துவ program. I just gave ஒரு உதாரணம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னே எங்க சர்ச்சில் வந்து I'll talk in person because on the larger interest. உதாரணம் கொடுக்குறேன். எங்க சர்ச்சில் வந்து போன வருஷம் 2 மைக்கு சேஞ்ச் பண்ணோம். கொஞ்சம் சர்ச்சில் எல்லாம் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணாங்க, காசு கொடுக்க கேன் யூ கான்ட்ரிபியூட். இன்னும் ஹவு மெனி எவ்வளோ மைக்குக்கு காசு கொடுத்தாங்க தெரியுங்களா? 11 times more money we got for 2 mics. You do this program, how many of you contributed here? How many Sanatanis contributed? So there is a problem. One is, see, funding is the most important thing for conducting such programs. But if it is a church which is doing it, believe me, there will be funding everywhere. And there are a lot of people who are funding. So FCR event, we don't want foreign funds. Foreign funds, we want only to buy land. There are a lot of contribution inside the church itself. We have an average small church. நான் சர்ச்சுக்கு வாரத்துக்கு போகிறது இதாக கேட்குவேன். நான் லாஸ்ட்டில் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க how much money உண்டியில் போட்டாங்கன்ட்டு. Average 25,000 to 27,000 rupees per week, per Sunday contribution. வெறும் உண்டியில் போடுறதுக்கு. Apart from that, there are a lot of other contributions. But I do not see that kind of contribution that comes in. Financial stability is more important to further our cause of saving Bharat. So that is one aspect of it. But answering to your point, if you can save your ecosystem, your family, if you can influence your family, your relatives, I think if we can, each and everyone can do it, I think that is a more stronger and healthier way of stabilizing and countering conversions.
Jerome, I have one question. So I take you to be a right-wing Christian. That's how I label you. You're a right-wing Christian. So you are in the Indic space. You are very active in the Indic space. So what kind of challenges, if any, you face as a Christian in the Hindu Indic space. Why I'm asking that is, I come from a Hindu background, but you are from a Christian background by birth. So I faced several challenges when I first stepped into the Indic space and Hindu space. You get judged all the time. What kind of challenges do you face? I'm asking this question because everybody in this hall today is Hindu. So just for
their
yes, so
yes,
they
to
can
answer the points.
yeah.
For a few years, they doubted me. Because they think, everybody thought I had a vested interest. But since I have not changed and I'm only becoming more aggressive in my talks and in my service, I think the biggest challenge is the Hindu society itself. You don't want to change. And you know what? You're patting at the back. Chalta hai, it's okay. Nothing is happening. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. There's a, what's a termite? Termite கேட்டிருக்கீங்களா? What is a termite? தமிழ்ல என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க?
கரையான்.
ஒரு கது வந்து when the termite invades, கது நல்லதா இருக்கும். ஆனால் ஒரு நாளைக்கு அந்த கது விழுந்துரும். உங்களுக்கே தெரியாது எப்படி விழுந்துடுச்சுன்னு. ஏன்னா it will be eating from inside. That is what the situation now is. You do not know what is happening right under your feet. The carpet is being pulled. But you're thinking everything is fine. All is well. All is well. Economically, things have changed. Demographically, things have changed. But you have not realized. Believe me, many people say to me, one of the things what many people tell me is, Sanatan Dharma has stayed for thousands of years, nothing will happen. Sanatan Dharma extended from Kandahar to as much as Vietnam, Cambodia. இன்னைக்கு எங்க இருக்கு? Today, internally only you have so many states which are not Sanatan Dharma. For example, Northeast is gone, Kerala is gone, Tamil Nadu is lots of gone. You don't realize it. You think everything is fine. So, the biggest, I will answer you. So the biggest thing is this, there is repulsion from the Hindu society itself saying that nothing is happening, why are you making such a big noise about it? Second thing is, if we give some suggestions, which I know you also have done, a lot of work you have done in terms of how to mold the Hindu society, get them together, there is no participation and only rebellion. No participation from the Hindu society. If we make efforts, if we give, and I know Assert has done a lot of work, she has, I mean, I have not seen her giving up, but then she's done a lot of work to see how we can get the Hindu Samaj together. But there's no participation and there is more rebellion from the society is what I see. And that is what I have also been going through. But I think that is our sadhana, that is our seva. We will keep doing it, we will keep doing it. I work in a corporate world, okay? So எங்க ஒரு மேனேஜர் சொல்லுவாங்க, ஒரு தண்ணி ட்ராப்பு கல் மேலே விழுந்தா என்ன ஆகும்? ஒன்றும் ஆகாது. ஆனால் 10 வருஷம் ஆகிட்ட பிறகு என்ன ஆகும்? அங்கே ஒரு ஓட்டை இருக்கும். So that is what is happening. My effort is to ensure that we will keep doing this with the intention and hope that someday the Samaja will change and we will be a united Bharat.
Sir, good evening. And you are very... Good evening, and you have set the standards for a nationalist despite following a different religion. And you have set the standards for all other Abrahamic religious followers. Thank you for being a nationalist. I have two questions. One is, how can a church or Abrahamic faith can have a conversion rights if India is secular? One.
Sorry?
If India is a secular country.
How did the conversion?
How can an Abrahamic religion have the conversion rights if India is secular?
Thanks to Ambedkar ji.
That is one. Second, Supreme Court has said, if I am right, conversion rights does not vest with the Christians or any Abrahamic faith, because then Hindus too will have the same right. Then why conversion is not banned? What are the aspects? Thank you, sir.
Article 25 to 30 gives exponential rights to the religious minorities to practice, profess, and propagate religion. the Hindu faith only, I don't know whether they even practice. So the people who want to take advantage of it have got the rights. That's why I gave the analogy. You can't have equal rights in a society where there are different perspectives. 1,000 sheep, one tiger. If you say everybody has the same right, the sheep cannot eat the tiger. The tiger only can eat all the sheep. The constitution gives rights which is practice, profess and propagate. Prajaram serudhu. Who does prajaram? Who has got the right? Because whenever you catch somebody in the act of conversion, he says, I have been given the legal right to practice, profess and propagate. And there is so much of infighting among the Hindu society. You have problems with Hare Krishna. You have problem with Sadguru. You are only finding mistakes of all these people who are doing some service to the society. Right? We only, anga poi nondradhu, inga poi nondradhu, Hare Krishna has a problem. They are doing some kind of propagation of faith. But you have a problem. We don't have a problem. You have a problem. So probably we have not used it and we are ourselves responsible for the downfall of our society and dharma. The second question, sir. The Supreme Court, you said. Enna sonninga?
If I'm right, I have read it right. Supreme Court has said that
everybody has
if Abrahamic faith has the right, the same right rests with Hindus too. So if Hindus don't have that right, other faiths do not have the right to convert.
But that is not what is practiced, no. Okay. Incidentally, I am one of the people who petitioned the Supreme Court to pass the anti-conversion law in the Supreme Court. But unfortunately, it was rubbished by the Supreme Court. But we will make an effort. Just thought I'd let you know.
Hello.
Sir, I'll take the question.
May I?
We'll take.
My name is Mani. Mr. Anto, excellent presentation. I don't have a question to you, but I have a few statements for the various questions that came up just now. Yesterday we had the three ladies from which Dr. Anaga mentioned. You know, she spoke about three questions to the audience. I'm not going to repeat them. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yesterday we had these three ladies. One of them started talking about the three questions to be asked of Hindus. Whoever was here probably has heard, otherwise they can look at the YouTube. Then we had Mr. Jacob, Dr. Alexander Jacob, who wears the thread at home, but when he comes out, he removes that, okay? And then we had Mr. Raja speaking about Hinduism and what misery beholds the Hindus because of the temples being controlled, etc. Now today, a couple of more questions. I think before coming up with the question you already said, and that's what I wanted to say, that we already have enough problems within our Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, as you said, Krishna consciousness, Ram Krishna, this, all the fights. I think we will come to you in about 25 years seeking your help to prevent this conversion. Yeah, till then let us fight. Sure. We'll continue doing what we are doing.
Sure.
And we'll have more and more of this Voice of Covai happening.
Yes.
But hopefully sometime, somebody will learn. Thank you.
Sure.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I have only one question. We came to know, and also you have already told, that huge funds are coming from foreign countries for the conversion. And some political parties, both national and regional parties, used this amount and for support the conversion and attack the Hindu community. Is it possible to stop these type of funds from coming from the foreign countries, which threat to the Hindu community and it affects the harmony of the society? Thank you, sir.
It's been, see, the whole funding activity is discussed. It's not that somebody calls, hey, when we have to do some program like this, you will call 10 people and say, program naduthano konja kaas kadunga. No, that is not the way the conversion business runs, especially the funding. There is an institution. There's an institution, a paid institution, which runs this. So it is discussed on a drawing board, conference room, உட்காந்து discuss பண்ணி தான் போவாங்க. How to counter this? There is something called pocket salary. கேட்டிருக்கிறீங்களா? If you put, see the funding has different ways. So it need not be the FCRA. If you put counter the FCRA, there are other ways of getting the funds in. How many of you know what is the CSR activity? Corporate social responsibility. There are many ways of doing it. Many of these CSR funds, you know where they're going. Even your corporate first decision will be to support some kind of a Christian charity institution. Because when you talk about charity, you will not know, you will not talk about anybody other than Mother Teresa. Thaan pesveenga neenga. Charity naka only Mother Teresa. ஏன் ISKCON பண்ணலையா? அக்ஷய பாத்திரா பண்ணலையா? Why you don't talk about it? How many of you contribute? Charity, hospice, hospital, education, you only want Christians. You only, the top of mind recall. I will not blame you because நம்மளை அப்படி தான் டியூன் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. Because our education books, our education system, society talks only about that. I think we need to come out of it. Funding will come. It will come in different ways. And I will not blame any political party, and I will not name any political party about it. There are ways. For example, if you look at the Northeast, how funding happens, it's a different game plan. If you look at the South, if you look at Karnataka, how the funding happens, it's a different game plan. So there are many ways the funding happens. You cannot counter it as of now. The government has done something as far as the CSR is concerned because they made some laws. Central bank, so SBI, all the funds has to come from SBI in Delhi. You have to open an account. So there are some counters happening, but it's a long way to go. For now, I think at the grassroots level is what we need to work on.
Last question.
You have been doing an excellent job. How are you tackling this Western media? How they are influencing this our society or the conversions or anything? Can you give a brief?
See, if you see, Western media is the most connected when it comes to the church, especially the missionaries. இங்கே எதனா ஒரு சர்ச்சில் கல் உடிஞ்சு சொன்னாக்கா before our media report, the Western media will report. Western media reports.
Yes.
So you cannot do anything about it because it's a free press. You cannot do anything about it. We can counter. What we can do is we can be aware of it.
Okay.
Because many times we simply forward பண்றீங்க message, WhatsApp messages forward பண்றீங்க, and you will forward only those kind of messages. Don't even forward such messages because it only adds more destruction to the society.
Thank you, sir.
Only thing that you really enthused is about this anti-conversion. How can an organization like this can progress in that direction, which probably can curtail these, happening conversions and things? Correct. How can we take it forward?
See, when it comes, conversion is more than God. Okay, if you go to a hospital, who are the people who are falling prey to this conversion? Or if you go to a hospital, for example, I've personal experience. I've seen so many people falling to conversion. Just go to a hospital, especially Christian hospitals. Discounted price kadikuma illaya, that is a different question. But there are social workers who will come and talk to you. So many social nurses, they'll come and talk to you. Most of the nurses are Christians, right? They will find an opportunity and they will pray. உங்கள் வீட்டில் யாருன்னு உடம்பு சரியில்லைனாக்கா, யாருன்னு நான் ஜபிக்கிறேனாக்கா, will you agree or not agree? You will agree because you are in a helpless situation. So when you are in a vulnerable situation, there is solace. There are people coming and meeting you. And these people will, the moment they know that there is an opportunity, whether it is a school, whether it is a hospital, anywhere else in the society, the first opportunity they get and you show some inclination that you are leaning, then you are a good target for conversion. As of now, which I've expressed to the organizers is this: We should do this kind of conclaves and meetings much more. And we should go to the Gramams. I am ready to offer myself my Saturday and Sunday to come to Gramams. I will talk. I will improve my Tamil also. I will ensure that I will come. It is important to have such gatherings. That's for me. Thank you. Well, last question.
Hello.
So that's why I think we extended the time.
Sir, the